Okay. Good. Hey, everybody. We are shouting it from the rooftops today. Shouting, shout, 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 because we have had to be quietly excited along the way with our building permit in with the city. And now we can shout it from the rooftops. We are so grateful that we can do that. We have brought some heavy hitters. We've brought our back office team, and we want to be able to do a quick introduction. We have Mr. Davis, who is Vice President of our Investor Champions Club, and also a big investor in the Prestige at Mayhill. We have Warren Ellis, who has 30 years of planning for 2 different cities, and he is in development services with us. And we have Glenn Griggs, 30 years of architecture work, and also in charge of the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, all of that for the permit. So let's get started. First of all, the topic of today is going to be a very short video because we wanted to shout it from the rooftops that we got our building permit for 226 units. And our construction lender wants to lend on 350 units. So phase 1 and 2. So we're excited about that. We're going to take a little bit of time and give our experts' opinion about how we got here, what's current and what's coming next. Mr. Davis, would you like to kick us off with what current investors and future investors can expect and how we got here?
Yeah, for us, current and future investors, this is a major milestone that we're crossing here to get this building permit. So I know that a lot of investors came in where this was their first time investing in new construction, and they kind of trust the process, and they went through and did the due diligence there. So this is kind of paying off for them now to let them know that we're headed to start going vertical on the project. And then our future investors that's kind of sitting on the sideline waiting for us to actually go vertical, right? This is identification that we will be going vertical there. So you guys can start expecting very soon to actually be seeing us go vertical there at our property there in Denton, Texas, which we have vetted the property, which the location is great. We got a great team. We did conservative underwriting. So I'm looking forward to, current investors getting it up to 3x returns and the future investors coming in to team up with us as we go forward.
All right, awesome. We're excited. We're so excited with that.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I'm glad that you mentioned the returns. They get up to 3 times return and collateral on the property. Who does that? Nobody but owners. We bought the land, we forced appreciation with the entitlements, we've tripled the value, and we're collateralizing our partners, only our partners, with equity in the land. So we are excited about that. Mr. Ellis, planner extraordinaire. Tell us a little bit about a couple things that you've been working on recently and a couple things that you're working on just in this next couple months.
Yeah, so like DL was saying, as well as Mr. Davis, we are excited of the approval of the building plans to get the permit. In the development services aspect, we are working with various utility companies because the site currently has quite a few utilities on the property. And we're in the final stages of verifying the design layout to bury the various cables for this project. And so we'll be meeting with several utility companies next week just to verify that process. So everything will be seamless with underground cables on the project. So we're very excited with this final phase of this portion of the project, so we can begin moving dirt and go vertical.
Yeah, we have tripled the value. So that's great. And thanks so much for all of your expertise in the entitlements. And we're looking for an excellent construction phase. We're looking to go fast. We have one of the best general contractors in the state of Texas. And they are also licensed and certified for HUD certified, very awesome. We have excellent project management. We have excellent design who is familiar with our 30-something tenant type. They're working professional that just always pays their rent. So we found out through the pandemic that this asset class is actually recession proof. And that's fabulous. So we just want them to just work and pay their rent. That's it. We also found out, Warren, that we did an internal study of rents right now in our area, and we found them to be the same. They have their value from the last rent study done over a year ago. We also got an independent study, Warren, that said that the rents in our comp properties stayed the same. So we're looking at getting about $2.86 a square foot for rents still. Rents in Dallas rose over 6% in the last year. That's strong with these flat rents. But rents in our area rose 11% in the last year, and that's almost double. So we're very excited that this asset class continues to be strong and viable, and we are getting the results that we were looking for already. So thank you for that, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Warren. Good job. Good job. We're going to move now to architecture. So Glenn Griggs, 30 years of architecture and has worked on these 226 units. We have 120 units in phase 2, and the construction budget will pay for about 350 units.
Yeah, we've stuck a lot of units, the 256 on the site, kind of crammed them in there, but we got them and they fit pretty well. And the phase 2 will help by adding the extra 2 towers. That'll be a nice add to round out the amount. Then phase 3, if we do that, that will be another add. That'll make this property very, very valuable for an investor.
That's right. So we do have phase 3 on a property that we own. We're looking at mixed use condo and apartments, about 60 units there. Perfect opportunity for a fund 2 investment. And that mixed use will be apartments on the bottom and condos on the top, so we can sell those condos quickly, get your profit, and put that right back into the project and pay off investors quickly on the 30 top units. What are some of the things that you have done, Glenn, with recently working with mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, plumbing engineer, structural engineer, in order to, and architecture, you know, to get to permit?
Yeah, well, we worked with the electrical. DME has ordered some, I don't remember how many, single phase transformers, and they told us we have to use single phase transformers. So we had to switch out the mechanism for the elevators that are 3-phase to work with a single phase. So that took a little bit, but we worked through it and we got approved on it. We worked through the structural issues, the plumbing, so that the civil coordinates with the plumbing and the underslab plumbing, because this is a sloping site. There's a lot of drainage on this, and making sure that works out pretty well. Mechanical is as inexpensive as it can be, I believe, and we're trying to get that. Well, we did get it approved through the city, so that's good news. Anyway.
Structural, we're looking at taking out all 4 of those underground parking garages and saving millions of dollars, right?
Yes, phase 2 will allow us to take those out and put the parking in the phase 2 at grade, which would be a much less expensive way of doing it.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. So along the way, we've had a little bit of a delay, but we also got a lot of work done there where we were able to reduce the building costs by several $1,000,000.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
interesting that the delay will be a blessing because if we had been going faster, we would have been building now and probably not be able to take out the basement garages.
Yeah.
So everything in God's time.
Everything in God's time. It is a blessing. Interest rates have gone back down. We refused a couple construction loans, a dozen construction loans in the summer because rates were way too high. I've never seen construction rates over 9% in 20 years that I've been doing commercial. And now interest rates have come into a reachable rate at the market loan. Is what they call it. They call it a market loan. So we don't have to downgrade to HUD and get a super cheap loan and lose a lot of functionality. Now we're going to be working on design next, and we've gotten a lot of those design decisions done. Everything that we did in our former property, our sister property, 22 North, we're bringing in for those tenants. But we also looked at right-sizing those units from 22 North and being able to lease up faster. We will lease one building at a time. We don't have to wait for 7 to be done. So that's an advantage. But you and I worked on that unit matrix to make sure that we could meet the surrounding comps if we needed to, and that the units were small enough to be leased up very quickly, but also large enough to fit that type of 30-something. Now, our design team is also very well versed at that 30-something tenant type. They gave us the idea of the influencer room. They gave us the idea of having different places in the property to let the influencers do their videos, those kind of things. And you worked a lot on the amenity building. So the amenity building, what are your thoughts on how that came out?
Yeah, I think that came out real well. The second floor, fitness center, the influencer room. There's a cold plunge if you want to get the cold plunge. Not sure I'm going to be doing that, but there's a sauna right across the hall. I'll probably be sitting in that. And then on the top floor, there is a VIP lodge, loft, basically, that has, I can't wait to see it because I envision it being very nice. And the first floor goes right out onto the amenity deck, the pool, the barbecues, the fire pit. I think it's going to be fun. I may get an apartment there myself.
Yeah, that investor loft, where investors can come and visit the area for 1 or 2 days and stay in that upscale loft apartment and visit our properties. Also, Warren was saying he is pushing those utilities underground, so the electrical lines are not going to be in the views of the architect's work. And we're going to have nice views there. Even on the condos, they're going to have great views. They'll have a view around the park. Then they'll have the golf course view, and they'll have the view of the trees as well. Nice buffer there. So awesome upscale asset. And we're excited about that. So we just wanted to jump on real quickly, let you know that we got our building plan. We have been quietly excited for a long time now. We can shout it from the rooftops. I'm just going to show you a couple ways that you can connect with us. So here is 22 North. And this is where we are. This is our sister property that we sold in 2021 for a profit of $22 million. And also Class A luxury for professional tenants has held its value well. You can take a look at the gallery and see that we're bringing all of the design features, the interiors and the exteriors of 22 North. These are the interior views. And we can lease up one building at a time. So we'll get a building, we'll pre-lease 6 months in advance. That's next. Very quickly, we'll be having our own prestige website up so tenants can come by, go to the amenity office and sign their lease in advance, 6 months in advance for each and every building. So it looks like their website is running a little bit slowly, but you can go here to 22north.com and you can look at the interiors and you can look at the exteriors. They're just beautiful, just beautiful. Another thing that you can do is you can go to zoomingwithprestige.com and you can book a meeting with one of the owners. Now, we're not syndicators. We make that very evident. We own the property. We work on the property. We're not just bringing capital in to get that fee. It's very important distinction. So you can book with one of the owners and you can do a 15-minute discovery call with Mr. Davis, or you can do a half-hour Zoom with one of our folks on the phone. We've got research and development. We've got technical on this call. We've got appointment setting. We've got all kinds of support to help you with your due diligence. And we want you to do due diligence. We want you to ask the tough questions. Have you ever declared bankruptcy? No. In 20 years of commercial real estate, I've not declared bankruptcy. I could not sign on these big loans as a developer if I had. Well, how much do you have in the project? Well, I have $1 million in the project. I have plenty of skin in the game. How much time do you spend on the project? Are you just raising money to get that fee? No. This is what we do. This is our focus. So we want you to ask the due diligence questions. And here we have honorsyoutube.com, honorsyoutube.com. We have more than 100 videos where you can do your due diligence. Here we've got a 1-hour class that you can do due diligence. And we want you to. We've got a deal room that has our 3 funds in it, up to 3 times return with collateral in the property against the equity that was already built. The more development and construction we put into the property, the more equity to give you a piece of the deal, to collateralize you. Because, God forbid I graduate to heaven early. What happens that day? Well, the investors are made whole because they're collateralized in the property LLC. Nobody does that. And then they get their pro rata share of the sale. It's a good day. We have places where you can connect with us on LinkedIn. Let's see if LinkedIn is behaving. Yep, okay. So we've got a LinkedIn profile where our research and our research team is posting for you all kinds of good stuff on how to learn about commercial real estate. We've got an investor website in Facebook, and then we have tomorrow a live training. We have a live training tomorrow, the 9th at noon. You can register at our Facebook page, or you can call, what is that number? 817-409-8795. 817-409-8795. Okay, you can call in, you can register. We also are doing a conjoint wealth webinar with Directed IRA, the expert Nate Hare, Nate Hare, and we're doing that on June 11th. So you can call that number. You can register at honorswaygroup.com as well, and get involved in how to make your IRA work for you. You can connect with us on X, and you can see that we have a lot of good information, and we are really big on giving you guys the due diligence information on how to make a good decision on your investment. So get with us today. You'll see a lot of faces that you recognize. and we appreciate you. So we wanted to give you this very short video. We are so excited. We can shout it from the rooftops now. We've had to be quietly excited, but now we can, everybody's ready. And Dr. Adams like, yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Let's shout, guys. Come
Yay.
on.
Yeah, yeah, I know. No kidding, huh? Yay. We are so excited to have reached this point where we've got a building permit. So we're shouting it from the rooftops. We want you to get back with us at morefreedom.com, and get with our team. We are happy to help, and take care, and God bless.